All right, the features of our little gnome, okay, are not too elaborate, okay? I've got a little triangle that I cut out to make a beard, okay? On this other one over here, I made it a little bit more detailed, okay? He's got a little curly Q mustache, a nice big nose. This one has little shoes on, okay? But for the most part, that's about all the detail you need. Now, if you want to add hands, if you want to do other stuff, knock yourself out, go for it, okay? By all means. All right, but for my purposes and what I'm looking for you guys to do, it's not that critical. So very simply, I'm just gonna cut out a triangle, just kind of rough. Usually when I do this, it always comes out way too big. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of cut it down to size. Always start with something bigger than you think it needs to be, and therefore you don't have to worry about it. You can always make it smaller. Okay, that's the one thing you always have to remember. All right, and then I think I'm gonna do kind of like the little mustache there, maybe not quite the curly Q, but maybe do something else like that. And that's simply gonna be a coil, okay? So again, we're using all those techniques that you guys have learned over the past couple of months here, okay? Now, obviously that's a little bit big, okay? Again, you can always make it smaller. You can always cut it down, okay? So I don't know if I want to go handlebar mustache, if I want to go with something that goes up and down like that. I don't know. Still a little bit on the big side. I think we might do something like that. All right, the nose is going to be just basically, it can be a little round ball if you want. You can make it more elongated. That's going to be kind of up to you. This is where you get to kind of create the face that you want. Okay, and therefore you can go ahead and create it however you like. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this kind of like a little teardrop, give it a couple of taps so that we've got a nice flat surface on this side, and that's going to get score and slipped right under the brim of my hat. Okay, just like so. So I'm going to go ahead and score and slip. Score and slip. Now I like it to go underneath the hat just a little bit, just so you can't really see it. And what that does, I think it makes it look like it actually is under there a little bit better. Okay, so we're gonna straighten him out. Go ahead and smooth him together. And I'm only gonna smooth the sides so that I leave that bottom part nice and rounded. I think it looks a little bit cleaner that way. Okay. And then for the beard, make sure I got that guy. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out a little notch like that so that when I place it up here, the beard is going to kind of come up around the nose. And then what I can do with the coil that I'm going to use for the mustache, then I can add that there, something like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and flatten out my mustache piece, okay? I'm also going to kind of round out the corners of my slab for my beard here. So that way it gives it a little bit smoother connection, I think. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and score and slip. Slide the beard right up underneath. Press him in there. And then I don't like to have it so that you can really see the lines. I'm not really happy with it there. So I'm gonna kind of smooth these edges in a little bit. So I'll still have the three-dimensionality of the beard. Okay, and then I can come in with my comb and create that texture of the beard. Okay, got the nose a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up a little. I think I'm gonna make I need to make my mustache part of this a little bit thinner. I think I like that. I don't know, I'm having fun with it. And that's kind of what I want you guys to do. Have fun with this. It's not, there's no one way that's right or wrong. Okay. So there we go. Maybe make that a little bit better. Round him out so it's a little bit more even on both sides. We're going to press that in. And then we're going to go ahead and smooth that on either side to connect it. And I'm more concerned that I actually have just kind of like a raised area there than I am having the coil show. So that it looks like the mustache is coming out of the face so that it's not something that was attached on there. So that it's a little bit more realistic that way. And I'm even going to go ahead and take some water, smooth this out. Don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so you can see how I've smoothed that in, but then I'm going to clean that up so I don't see any of the tool marks. And I'm not worried about the fact that I'm smoothing out some of the beard part. I can always put those lines back in. Okay, so now what I can do is I can go ahead and start texturing the little Fu Manchu kind of mustache that I got going here. And I'm going to blend the smoothing and the roughness and the texture of the beard to the mustache. A little chunk come up, that's not a big deal. Make sure I got plenty of texture over here. And voila. Okay. That is technically all you really need to do. Now, if you want to do some other things, like add the feet, okay? I got the little toes on this one. If you want to make little shoes, very simply just take a good sized little ball, kind of an oval shape, maybe an egg shape, okay? And then you're just going to score, slip, and smooth those onto there. And now you've got little feet. The way I did the little toes, those are just little coils that I rounded off the end. Okay. And obviously I'd take a little more time, but pinch the back side of these together, and now you've got 3 little toes. Obviously, if you want to add, you know, a third, a fourth, and a fifth toe, or fourth and fifth toe, you can do that, but I thought 3 was enough. And then I added just a little bit of a coil that goes over the top to make it look like a buckle. As far as the stars and how those were made, what I did is I printed out stars and did a bunch of different sizes, okay? And then what you can do is you can lay this on here. I think I might do one big one right in the middle, just like that, up against the clay. And then I'm just gonna poke a hole at each of the corners with my needle tool. Okay, so now I've got all the holes there. And then I use the modeling tool that has kind of like the X-Acto knife blade. And then I can just go ahead and cut that out by connecting the dots. Nice and careful, just want to be as precise as I can so that the star looks really good. And then peel this little star out. And then once this gets a little more leather hard, I can clean up the edges there, but that's pretty much how you do that. Now, if you want more stars, obviously you just got to cut out more stars. And that means that class is about to start. So as you can see, pretty quick, pretty easy, not too difficult. Hopefully you guys can get those done before Christmas break, and we'll see you in the next one.